And we're back.
Yeah, but I always feel compelled to, like, have a conversation when you hit record. You feel compelled to just it's like lights, camera, action, go, you know?
It's true. It's true.
So it's a weird decision to make. So, anyway, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Shitty.
Having one of those moments?
No, it's just like, life's stressful, you know? It's like, there's a lot going on, a lot going on with my parents, who are down in Florida, I'm up in New York, so it's like, it's annoying stuff there. They're not that old, they've just both hit 70. Which and I don't know, in my mind, you shouldn't be old at 70, and they're old. Like, my in-laws are in their 80s, and they feel younger. Not they look younger. They look older, my in-laws, but they feel younger.
It's mindset. It's like my parents and my in-laws are the same exact age. They were born the same exact year, and it's like they're 10 years apart. It's crazy. It's crazy how mindset and birth order and all these other things play a different role in how they see the world and how they live their lives. Like, it's amazing. And then I have an aunt who's just about to turn 70, and you would think she, you know, was 40 the way she approaches her life. It's just age is just a number. The mindset is what determines how old you are.
Guess so. But I don't know. With them, it's not I don't think it's mindset. I think it's lack of activity, lack of interests, lack of pursuit, lack of passion, like, my mom just my parents divorced when I was 7, which was great because then I got 2 awesome families. It was a good thing, actually. I'm sorry for all of you who it sucks, but for me, it was good. Um, they don't have much to pursue anymore. Like, my mom, she goes and she works just to have something to do, and she used to volunteer. Now, it's like there's not much to do. My dad sold his company for a tremendous amount of money. And that was really 2025. That was 6 years ago. Actually, 6 years ago this month. Man, I'm getting a bad echo from you. Technical difficulties.
I always seem to have technical
Yeah,
difficulties
what
with
is
these
up with that?
things.
Like,
I
it's
don't
you
get it,
never
man.
change. It's not like you change anything, right?
We we come in here every week, same conditions, nothing changes. We have no issues on Zoom. It's only when we come to record that we have these kind of issues. It's insane. Like, the conditions are constant, but I don't know what variables play a role
Alright, well, but
when we go to do
so
this
no,
stuff.
no, no, but that's, whoever's quoted is, insanity the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yep.
Like, you can't say, "It's only when I show up here it happens," and then it happens, and you're like, "I don't know why it happens." Well, it's here. If it's
Yeah.
only here, you gotta look here and see what happens here.
It's a different platform. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
I
but
won't
we've been
quote
on this
what
different
platform.
platform coming up on 3 years,
I know it's
but
crazy,
you always have technical issues for 3 years.
but I do nothing differently. That's the thing. I
But
do nothing.
that's the reason you have technical difficulties because 'cause you've done nothing different.
All right. Well, everything works in one platform. It doesn't work on this
Right,
platform.
but that's so what I'm getting after is, like, if this one platform has technical difficulties, then in this one platform, you need to do something different.
All right. I just don't know what that different is, and
I'm not
sometimes
expecting you to know,
I
but
don't.
I want you to understand the
Yeah.
concept, like.
Oh yeah, I get the concept, but again, it's what needs to be fixed, what needs to be different. I don't know what needs to be different.
Yeah, but how does any business know it needs to be different?
That's true. You got to work through the problems and figure it out.
Dude, how?
Start asking questions.
Yeah,
Can it be this? Can it
have
be
you
that?
asked any questions about Riverside?
No, I haven't asked any questions about Riverside.
But you're expecting
I
different
haven't asked.
results?
I haven't. No. So I guess I'm fucking insane, man. That's what I am. I'm fucking
Hey, we
insane.
figured it out. Tom's insane.
Hey, it's my problem.
It's not your
Oh boy,
problem. It's this is it. This is it.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the status of life right now. It
Well,
is what it is.
I think I don't know if they heard the earlier part, but it started like it's shitty, and I was talking about my parents, and it's fine. Like, I don't know how much you wanna share here, but, about what's going on with you, but there's some things that you're gonna have to take a little bit of time off, and it's impacted me more than I thought it would,
Really?
tremendously. I worry about you a lot. I worry about your ability to, um, just be with your family and, like, have a life and be healthy and, I worry about that. Then secondarily, I'm like, "Okay, I know you wanna get so much shit done for our business and provide such good advice and coaching and support for our clients, and I can feel you at times, like, you've never missed a beat, I'll tell you that. You're a strong motherfucker. You've never missed a beat, but I see you every day, and I see how much harder you have to work at it,
Yeah.
and then I see behind the scenes when we're working on the business, the mental, the capacity for problem solving has gotten smaller because you're dealing with other problems.
Right.
And it's
Well, I
I
think
worry about it for our business, for our clients, for you, for your family, for the future of what we do, and I don't know, I've taken it much harder than I thought I would, much more serious.
what no, that's interesting, and I think that's explains a lot for this week, I think. Because so, I mean, well, I'll do I mean, I have no problem sharing, you know me, I tend to be an open book,
Yeah, I mean, we can
and,
be
you
not to go
you know,
every
I've
detail.
been going through, this journey for the last I mean, it's been probably years, but the last 6 months has really been where it's hit its penultimate point. So 6 months ago, just to give the brief overview, 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with anemia, and they didn't understand why I would be anemic, and as a clinician, anemia in men, you tend to worry about
Hold on.
what?
I want you to I don't wanna break up the story too much, but, like, you say as a clinician, there's somebody who's never heard this podcast before. They don't know you or what that means. So elaborate a little bit there?
That's that's true. So before my coaching career, I was a physician assistant and a healthcare administrator. So I practiced medicine for about 7.5 to 8
Yeah,
years
there you go.
before I hung up the stethoscope.
Yeah, so
So
as
as a
a really trained practicing physician assistant, there you go.
right. So I'm still licensed,
Yes.
not certified anymore, but
Yeah.
still licensed. So I could still practice today in the state of New York. But when you see anemia in a man, you kind of expect anemia in women because of menstrual cycles and stuff like that. And in men, you have to identify is there a source of bleeding. So I've been going for several tests. I've had 2 endoscopies, I had a colonoscopy, I swallowed that capsule that goes and looks through your whole small intestines, which is a really cool technology. You swallow this camera. It's like a big pill, looks like a horse pill, and you swallow it, and it takes 100,000 pictures over 4.5 hours of your small intestines. It's the only way to really get images of your small intestines because you can't do it with the endoscopy, the colonoscopy. It's kind of funny. It only goes so far, both tubes. But I had all these tests and all these procedures, and the main thing, I had CAT scans. I had Geez, I did so many things over the last 6 months. Now that I'm saying it, now I understand why you're saying what you're saying, because I've had so much shit that I've been dealing with, and I've always been the last year or so, my after I eat, I have a lot of problem breathing, and I have a lot of difficulty with that, and even, like, the last few weeks, I have been very winded just doing simple things. So I have this thing called a hiatal hernia, um, which my kids like to refer to as a high anal hernia.
Yeah.
They try to make a joke of it, but a hiatal hernia. So basically, my stomach slides in through my diaphragm into my chest behind my heart. And the size of the one that I have is about 7 centimeters. So it's almost like a bit of a fist behind my heart. So my stomach is literally behind my heart and doesn't belong there. So the doctor, when I saw the surgeon, he was like, yeah, you need to get rid of this and every symptom you're having, the anemia, the shortness of breath, the tightness, this bloating sensation, all of it is due to this hiatal hernia. So I'm having surgery this coming week, and this will come out a couple days after my surgery. So I will be recovering during this. But yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. I'm very, very, very preoccupied with it this week because it's so close. Um, and the recovery will be fine. I will be fine. I won't be able to eat food for 2 weeks. I have to go on a liquid diet for a full 14
I mean,
days,
that's an Irishman's dream.
which,
Too bad you're Italian.
y- yeah, exactly. I mean,
Liquid
I don't
diet. I
know
mean,
how,
what
and
are
I
you gonna
can't
go
eat.
with? You gonna go with whiskey or vodka or what are you going with?
I don't know. I haven't decided, but I do know this. I will hopefully lose 20 pounds over that 2 week period. It's kind of like I'm ready to lose that weight. And that'll be exciting.
Wait a
But
minute. Wait a minute. Is this all nonsense? Because you're just going through a weight loss surgery I don't know about?
yeah, exactly. Well, the crazy thing about it, the surgeon who's doing the surgery is a bariatric surgeon. So what his specialty is weight loss
Makes
surgery,
sense.
where they take part of the stomach and they wrap it around the esophagus so the stomach is smaller. It's called a fundoplication. And what my surgery is to correct my hernia to pull the stomach back into the stomach, into the abdomen. It's a partial fundoplication. So what that means is they're gonna take a little part of my stomach called the fundus, and they're gonna attach it on both sides of my esophagus. So I won't be able to eat meat for 3 months. Like, I can't have steak for 3 months because that area will be so inflamed. You have to be concerned that something could get stuck going into the stomach through the esophagus. So it's gonna be a little bit of recovery. It's about 6 weeks. I won't be able to exercise. I've already stopped going to the gym, this week, and, I'm just gonna resume back at the beginning of the year and hit the ground running again, hopefully be 20 pounds lighter and really be able to put on some really nice muscle. So yeah, so that's what's been going on, and you're right. I could see that you're concerned, I'm concerned. This is the first surgery I've had where I was a full business owner. I had surgery about 6 years ago for a colon resection. So I have this bad tube in my body. I don't know. I called the manufacturer and asked for a refund, but they don't give refunds. It's kinda crazy. But yeah, this one tube, basically from the mouth I'm talking to you from the other end has had I've had so many issues. I've had surgeries, I've had other stuff. So this is just another surgery. But the first time as a business owner, and yeah, I think that's part of it too. Like, I know you're gonna be alone for the week, at least a week. I'm trying to push myself, but I know I'm gonna have to recover, and take care of myself. But I feel bad not being there for our clients. I feel bad not being there for you. I think it weighs on you. And these are things that we all are gonna experience at some point. At some point, life takes over, and I think that's the thing. The priority has really become my physical health, because without physical health, you can't do any of this shit.
Well, but
You can't do a
here's what I
thing.
don't. Here's what I haven't shared this with you. So what a better place than out in the freaking public. So when we've worked together. We built this business over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, something like that. And
4 years.
so I've
Yeah,
gotten an opportunity to see how I've seen you more than anybody else, I think, in your life has watched you work, like literally watched you work
yeah,
because we coach every single
yeah,
client together. So what I have seen is like a different Tom over the last really like 6 weeks,
yeah.
right? I like feel bad you don't get to be who you normally get to be. Again, it's not that
Mhm.
your advice has changed to clients. Maybe the quality. That's what I want to say. It's not that the quality of your advice has changed, but the quantity has.
Right.
And it's like there's moments that I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, he didn't pick up on that. Like things would go over your head. And
Mhm.
I'll either have to explain it to you and I'll say, Tom, I need you to explain this thing to them. And you're like, oh yeah. And you
Right.
go into it.
Yeah.
You might not know why I wanted you to say that, but you're fine expressing all that. Cognitively, you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
But the attention, when I watch the
Mhm.
attention, it's really tough for you. And I mean, how could it not be, right? It's no blame. Now, none of our clients have noticed this. Even one of our clients, we went out to dinner with them, and he's like, really? Oh my gosh, I didn't know something's happening. So he had no clue. Nobody can tell.
Right.
But I can because I get to see 10 out of 10 Tom.
Right.
And now I get to see like
Right.
5 out of 10 Tom.
Mhm.
And it scares the shit out of me
Yeah.
because
Well,
I worry. This might sound weird for people to hear this. I'm not very worried about your health. Because you have made me pretty confident, and I trust in your medical advice that this is not a major issue. There's always risks with every medical issue and surgery, and
oh,
I get
yeah.
that, but you've made me very comfortable that I'm gonna be fine, Adam, and I'm like, "Okay," because literally I can't do what I do without you. I can do this, but it would not be anywhere near the same. It'd be a completely different thing, and I love doing this, and our clients love to do it, so I don't wanna do it with anybody else or any other way. So you've made me very comfortable, like, "I'm fine, man. Like, I'm good. We're gonna
Yeah,
be
it'll
good."
be okay.
Yeah. But it's like, I just wanna be able to do it again with you. And I watch how your frustration doesn't allow you to do it, and then I see your skepticism on doing certain things, and it's like, "Oh my g," like, we could move so much faster right now, and I'm literally trying to, like, hold the reins back on myself and our business because I
Right.
know, like, it's gonna hurt you to go.
Well, I think it's a really good point, and you're right. The last 6 weeks, it's like the body knows something is happening because the symptoms the last 2 weeks have sucked. You've seen me take a lot more deep breaths, and you think I'm pissed off. I just can't breathe. I can't I can't bre like, when I listen to myself breathe, I have, like, this wheezing that I don't know where it's coming from, and then I'm like and I always feel pain, well, not pain, it's discomfort on the left side of my chest. Like, right now, I can feel pressure in my chest, and that's because the stomach is pressing against everything, the lungs and the heart, and it's uncomfortable. I've been uncomfortable. Um, and I'm not the sharpest I've been. I've not been the sharpest at all, in the last 5 weeks, and that's not to say that, like you said, the quality of my advice is still there. The quantity, though, is a little bit less,
Well, I don't know if I
and
finished what I said.
it's
What I was worried about is not your health and if you're gonna be okay. I was worried about your resilience to be able to stick through doing this the way you've always gotten to do it as you go through this and recover through this. Because even the recovery, it's
right.
going to be, you're going to live a different life for the next three
Yeah,
months.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a very different life. The next 2 weeks with no food is gonna be another very like, listen, I'm gonna have shakes and stuff, and I'm gonna replace as much as I can, but even that will have a toll on you mentally. But you're right, the resilience to go through this, I think I'm geared up and very, very focused on January. I'm very, very focused on that January comes and that's it. No more this is the year to get rid of the things that hold you back. This is the time really to surrender, and I think through this whole process, I'm surrendering, for lack of a better word, I'm surrendering this illness and getting rid of it and hoping that I do feel good and I do, the I've gained listen, too, this is, as much as I work out and stuff, my body is struggling to lose weight, and I have struggled with that for a while now. And it's like, okay, this is a good opportunity for the clock to reset on everything. And when you carry extra weight, and people don't realize this, your soul gets bogged down by the weight that you carry in the physical world, right? And this physical weight that we carry is not good for us because it has so much impact on our physiology. It has impact on our sugar, on our glucose, on how we make energy, how we convert energy, and all of that weighs the soul down. And that's what I need to be able to be in touch with all the time to be as effective as I am. And the pains of the body and the weight of the body are not allowing me to be my best self, and I'm not making excuses. I've seen this happen before with me because, oh my god, 8 years ago, I lost 30 pounds, and I was so sharp. I was so crisp. I could see. So, I think it's a combination of the pain and the discomfort and not being able to really function at my best because I'm fighting all of this stuff that I'm not able to be as sharp as I once was, and I am looking for I listen, man, I want to be sharp. I don't wanna be like this anymore. I don't wanna feel this way. I wanna be sharp. I wanna race. I wanna keep up with you, right? I mean, it's you've said for me from day 1, "Keep up if you can keep up with me, we're gonna be fine." And the last 6 weeks, I can't keep up. I just can't. It's impossible. I just can't, and I think that's what's great about this conversation, and I hope people are getting something out of this, but this is the importance of being as open with each other and being as transparent with each other so that we can really build our business. Because a lot of people hold this shit back.
Yeah.
They don't talk to each other, and we see that happen in a lot of partnerships, and I appreciate the concern that you have, and luckily your wife is in charge of the operating rooms that I'm going to, and I expect VIP treatment. But yeah, but it's gonna be it'll be an interesting couple of days. Um, you know, it's like I said, I will be fine. It's just a matter of the resilience just getting through the next 6 weeks to 3 months that I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. So I want to be there. My mindset is to be back to myself, to be this resilient person, to be through all of this and be sharp Tom and be able to continue to help the people that we get to help every single day.
So one of the interesting parts about this is you always have said to our clients, and you just embrace this, you are this, is that everything happens for a reason, right?
Mhm.
And only recently, within the last 6 weeks, almost like to the time when you were diagnosed with anemia and really like started taking all your tests, and like when you really figured out, oh, this is the problem. You were diagnosed like longer
Right.
ago, but when you really figured out, oh, this is the problem. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but around that time, right before it and just about on it, is when we kind of figured everything out with our business. Okay. So we figured out, like,
Mm,
oh, this is our messaging. Okay, this is what we really do, and this is who we really work with, and this is how to compartmentalize either a course or. And then we started really having the ability to stop selling and just being there for people and them saying, I'd like to buy. And all this stuff happened right at that moment. And the funny thing is, as I said earlier, it's like I feel like I have to pull back the reins. And maybe it's the universe being like, hey, man, this is it. Just be here. Stop moving forward. Stay in that moment. Stay in that thing. And don't put too much, because I feel like I don't have permission to put things on your plate because I don't want to add to your stress levels. So
right,
I even started my own problems list, as I told you. Just
right,
and said, I'm not going to talk to you about anything. And I really haven't, unless it was relevant to one of the things we're already working on, like our super group or our next move
right.
sessions. But if you
Well
notice, I haven't expanded anything. And maybe it
right.
was the universe being like, stop, this is good enough.
Well, that's a very interesting point, the way you're raising that, because I feel for us, in the last 6 weeks, it is actually what's happened with the new clients we've taken on, the new experiences we're having, the rooms we've been in, like that networking event that we did last week, and, like, when we look at all the things that have happened in the last 6 weeks since I've been feeling my shittiest, so to speak, um, it's actually the thing that I'm taking into this surgery and why I need to recover and move forward because I do think everything does happen for a reason. For the last 6 months, I've not been the best version of me, um, but I think that what we see happening is we allowed for some things to happen and to fall into place so that now when I come back, it's like 2026 remember, 26 is a 10-year, which is a number 1
Well,
in
explain, you got to
numerology.
explain why you talk
Yeah,
about
so
things like
so
that.
just add the numbers
No, no, no. Explain what you're even
2026.
talking about. What do you mean? What is it?
So
Nobody knows what you're talking about. A 10
right.
year?
So in numerology, because I like numbers and I like numerology, and this is exactly what he means, folks. This is exactly like Tom is not sharp. He needs to be like led down the street here. So in numerology, numbers have meaning, and the numbers, especially the first 10 numbers, well, the first 9 numbers are significant as single digits. And you get your life path, your all your lifelines, your career paths, all those things come from numerology. And the year 2025, this year that we're in, when you add 2, 2, and 5 together, it equals 9. And when you get to the end, when you get to 9 and you start to go into the second double digits, it's the last digit of the single digits, and that represents the end of things, right? So 2025 is actually the year we're supposed to be getting rid and surrendering to all the old habits and getting rid of all the old habits and really moving ourselves to get rid of everything that no longer serves us. And when I was debating having the surgery, one of the things I said is I need to have the surgery before the end of the year. Soon as I found out I could have the surgery, I wanted it to be before the end of the year because I did not want to bring this into the 2026 year, which is the number 10. 2 and 2 is 4, and 6 is 10, and 1, and then you add that's two double digits together. 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 represents the beginning, the first digit in numerology. It represents new beginnings and new life and new opportunities and all that stuff. So when we get rid of all of the stuff from our lives that are supposed to get that no longer serve us, that we need to let go of, it all has to happen before the end of this calendar year. And soon as 2026 comes, it is the start of a new year. It is a start of a new life. It's a start of new ways. It's a start of new habits. And so get rid of whatever you need to get rid of at this point. Whatever you've been struggling, like I've been struggling with my health. It's got to go away this by the end of the year
Well,
because I
I
got to
think
start
you said
fresh.
something that it's like, forget about the go away. I think the let go was
Yeah.
impactful. Like, there's a lot of stuff you gotta let go of. Yes, you want things
Yeah.
to end, right? But it's letting go of
Yes.
certain things too, and that's an interesting thing about
Mhm.
our business because I think this is the end of our full 3rd year, right? And usually I believe that's what it is, 2022, right? So what happens is, like, it usually takes 3 years to figure out what business you're in. It's just that's typically what
Right.
happens, you know? It's like
Yeah.
and this 3rd year has been a lot of we've eliminated a lot last year, and now we've been testing a lot of what we're doing this year, and that's what I'm saying is that there maybe is a point that we've come to where it's like the universe is like, "This that's good. Do that. Stay there. Go there." And I think that's what a lot of people can take away from this is maybe there's an opportunity for you to do 2 things. Let go, right? Let go of certain things and be like, possibly next year that this is a new beginning and a new focus. And there's a book that Tom and I both read at the between the end and the beginning of last year over New Year's, which is essentialism. And the big takeaway from
Oh
that
my
is do
god,
less
that
but
was
better.
wow, that was a year ago we read that.
Hmm.
Well, we gotta come up with a book for this year.
Yeah.
We gotta
So,
we gotta
but
do
that
that.
was do less, let go, but better. Maybe next year needs to be something about new beginnings or something. So, but the point I'm getting at here is do less but better. And it's we really embraced that, and we let go of a major amount of potential we had,
Mhm.
things we were working on, people we were working with, paths we were going down, and we really did narrow it down to a few small things. One of them being we are amazing networkers, like amazing. We have amazing conversation, not in your traditional networking sense, but amazing networkers. We really have created a paradigm shift in how to network, not for the world, but for ourselves and our community.
Right.
And it's like they've been incredible. These intimate dinners that we've had, these morning meeting sessions that we've sat down with people also intimate, and then this very unique way of having an open networking where nobody's invited unless you're invited. Meaning, like, you can't go out and buy a ticket. You're not allowed to come unless someone from the group has literally vouched for you and said, "You're awesome. I think you should come to this." So we've realized that. Then we've realized our simple CEO system, like, what are we really doing? Overall, we're helping people to focus. Like, it's incredible that we've
Mhm.
realized that, and we've agreed to, okay, these are the things. And everything else, like literally everything else, we've kind of just put over there and like, all right, that's okay. And that has allowed us to really get better at what we're doing. And I think if you have an opportunity, whoever's listening to this, to get better at what you're doing, that's really the ultimate goal. It's mastery, right? If you can have mastery,
Mhm.
that's really
Right.
what we're all seeking. The problem is picking
Mhm.
what to master because once you decide on it, you're like, I'm all in.
Right.
Like, I'm all in, and we have spent a few years now testing what we're all in on, and it's very hard for me to wanna do any of the other things now that I've witnessed what it is. Does that make sense to you?
What do you mean by that?
So there's all these other opportunities that we've talked about, paths we could take, things we could do to
Right.
either change the world or create revenue or help people. And many of them I'm like, I don't know that it's worth stepping over what we have.
It's a good point. I mean, sometimes listen, we preach simple, not easy, right? Every business is simple, it's not easy. I think we have sometimes our ambition that clouds the simplicity, right? Because we become more complex with that ambition at times. And I think because we have honed in, I'm proud of the work that we have done this year because we've honed in on exactly what we're the best at. We know the best way for us to get clients is to network and have dinners and do all those things that we do. We know that we get the best results when people go through the simple focus and the whole simple CEO system. The people, their businesses eh, just go through the roof. I mean, you look at some of our clients. One of our clients last year made $0 in his business. This year he's gonna break $2 million. Like, that's because he went through the simple CEO system. Like, that's the stuff, like, we've gotta keep it simple. We gotta remind ourselves to keep it simple because what we do simply is very effective. And I think that timing is everything, and this is where that whole, everything happens for a reason comes in, is it's all about timing, and I think the thing that we have learned most recently about what we do is that we work with smart and spiritual people. That you have to be smart and spiritual. You have to we can't work unless you have both of those components. And we're sticking to that. And we're going to keep moving in that direction. And I think that if we didn't do all this work and we didn't ponder all of those other things and we didn't consider what the opportunities are and recognize the simple that we have and the way we work is extremely effective, is it that we're really just trying to be effective? Or are we trying to be all of these things? Like, what is the right? I think we're just trying to be effective. We get people the agency, the certainty, we impact the life, we impact their lives, we impact our own lives through a lot of our coaching. We listen to ourselves sometimes and we're coaching ourselves and we do a lot of that stuff. But I think it's all come because we have finally let go of the shit that we don't need to be focused on, and we are laser focused on the stuff we know is what's gonna be the most effective for people.
On that note, let's let go of this episode.